That is the finishing of the processing of Edarem VW, the first film that Uncle Ed asked me to assemble from beyond the grave. We'll talk about Uncle Ed in a minute.
If you're a boy or a girl, hey baby, your hair's alright. Hey baby, can you come out tonight? Like your dress. Say I'm wrong. Rebel, rebel, I love your dress. Rebel, rebel, your face is a mess. Rebel, rebel, how would they know? Hot tramp, I love you so. That's my I'm no Superman. I'm no Superman. Miss you, Uncle Ed. She's not sure if you're a boy or a girl. It's alright. Hey baby, can you come out tonight? You like me and I like yours. We like dancing and we're so. Put you down to say I'm wrong. Put them on. Rebel, rebel, your face is a mess. Rebel, rebel, how could they know? Hot tramp, I love you so. Yeah, that move is a direct steal from Edarem. You so. Your toys is a mess. Your kid is a death and a don't on the rest. Transmission and your live wire. I love your dress. You're a juvenile distress. Cause your face is a mess. But how could they know? How could they know? You wanna know? Dude looks like a female you. And your face is a mess. Oh, your face is a mess. How could they know? How could they know? Hot tramp, I love you so. That was my little personal tribute to Edarem. Ed Muscare, or as I knew him, Uncle Ed. Uncle Ed was on Kansas City TV from 1974 till 1984-ish. And the last 4 years of those, he was a host of a show called All Night Live, and I worked at the same television station preparing the materials to go into the program. That, is that you, Ed? Are you here? You're welcome. So I worked with Uncle Ed, along with other, everyone else who worked at the station. But I prepared the materials that would appear during All Night Live, like Twilight Zone and Three Stooges and such. And therefore, I could supply him with the information of what happened just before the mandatory break in Three Stooges, because you couldn't let 17 minutes of airtime go by without sticking a commercial in. I mean, that's why it's called commercial television, even though it was syndication. So, eventually we talked him into letting the Stooges play all the way through, and that's another story altogether. So there was a break in Stooges, roughly 8 minutes in, because they were all 17 to 21 minutes long. And I would supply him with the gag that occurred right before the break so he could make an appropriate comment leading into the commercials to follow. So I worked with Ed on a regular basis. The closest that we ever worked together was making a gag reel for the Christmas party at the station. KSHB, Channel 41 in Kansas City, if you're wondering. The Wikipedia entry is quite light. We'll have to do something about that. But for the Christmas party, we made a spoof of All Night Live where he could actually be dirty, as in not, what's it called, innuendo, without innuendo, as it were. He would hold up the kitten, Caffeina, and kiss her and say, "It's always nice to kiss a little pussy." Yeah, they'll play at the Christmas party. You can't play that on the air in 1983. You have trouble playing it on the air some places these days. Ed was a big figure in the gag reel of the TV station. He had worked as the children's television host in the early 70s when the Channel 41 first came on the air. And so on camera he was squeaky clean and funny and a little quirky and weird, and off screen he was somewhat perverted, at least by the standards of contemporary society, even at that time. So the gag reel featured things like there was a device that juvenile girls would attach to their knees that had like rubber bands and a ball, and if you moved your knees apart and together the right way, it would make the ball spin. So a couple of girls are demonstrating this on Ed's show, and the shot that you don't get to see is Ed lying on his back on the floor, creeping up
to get the shot from underneath. To get the shot with his eyes, because that was all I was going to see it. But the shot of Ed looking up, priceless, especially in light of what happened historically. So the first time I ever saw an Edarem video outside of the one back scratcher clip that they played on Tosh.0, which is a short clip of the actual back scratcher film, the first time I saw the bulk of Edarem's outpourings on YouTube, and I had been aware of them, I just hadn't looked at them, I swear. I never saw the Edarem videos before October 11, 2015. So we are influenced in the same way, and Ed was a big influence on me at that point in my life, and obviously still at this point, because the similarities between some of the things I have made already and his stuff are striking to me. That is why I have to get something down that affirms that, no, I didn't just try and rip Uncle Ed off. Uncle Ed was a friend of mine. Uncle Ed was a friend to everybody. Uncle Ed had a good heart. He had a good head. And he didn't deserve to die in prison for posting videos on the internet. Not in any kind of decent world, and especially not in the so-called land of freedom. Edarem, Ed Muscare, Uncle Ed. We won't ever forget you, buddy. Werewolf, welcome to the street, werewolf of London.
He was looking for a place called
Whole Foots.
Gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein.
Ow, werewolves of London. Ow, ow, werewolves of London. Ow!
You hear him howling around the kitchen door. You better not let him in.
Better not let him in.
Little old lady got mutilated late last.
Little old lady got mutilated late last night. Werewolves of London again. Ow! Ow! Werewolves of London. Ow! Yes, Edarem. How did I know?
He's the
Headed gent is patterned up in Kent. Lately he's been overheard in Mayfair. Better run, Jim. He'll done her right out, Jim. I'd like to meet his tailor. Oh, werewolves of London. Oh, oh, werewolves of London. Oh. Saul on chain, walking with the Queen, doing the werewolf of London. I saw Lon Chaney Jr. walking with the Queen. They were doing the werewolves of London. Saw werewolves eating a Trader Vic's, and his hair was perfect. Ahoo, werewolves of London. Ahoo, draw blood. Ahoo. Thank you very much, and good night. I used that move before I saw Uncle Ed use that move. I really, really did.